So you did it. You made it through pregnancy, you made it through birth, and now you are home with this brand new tiny little person. And it is just a whirlwind of emotions, right? So much joy, so much exhaustion, and probably a little bit of, okay, what on earth do we do now?
That first week is beautiful, it's emotional, and let's be real, it's completely overwhelming sometimes. It just feels like this total blur of feeding and changing diapers and trying to figure out what every single little cry could possibly mean.
That's why we put this together. This is your simple guide to cut through all that noise. We're going to walk through what's totally normal, what you should keep an eye out for, and how to take care of your baby. And, just as important, how to take care of yourself.
Okay, let's get into it.
First things first, let's talk about the one topic that is pretty much going to dominate your life for a little while, feeding. This is the absolute key to your baby's health and growth in these first crucial days.
Now, you might have heard that you should feed your baby every 2 to 3 hours. But in reality, especially in that first week, you could be looking at 8, 12, maybe even 15 feeds in a 24-hour period. And I want you to know that is totally 100% normal. It's exactly what they need. So why so often? Well, check this out. On day 1, your baby's stomach is only the size of a cherry. It's so tiny. By about day 25, it's grown to the size of an egg. This just perfectly explains why they need all those small, frequent meals to keep that little tank full.
You're also probably going to run into something called cluster feeding. This is when your baby seems to want to eat nonstop for a few hours at a time. Now, this is not a sign that you don't have enough milk. It's actually a sign that they're hitting a growth spurt, and they're basically putting in their order for more milk production. I know it's tough, but it's a really good thing.
And this brings me to a super important point. Answering those hunger cues, holding your baby, comforting them. That's your job right now. Just like the doctors Bjorkman say here, you cannot spoil a newborn. So snuggle them up, feed them whenever they ask. You're building trust, you're building connection, you're doing it right.
All right, what goes in must come out. And look, it's not the most glamorous part of parenting, but keeping track of what's in your baby's diapers is honestly one of the best ways to know if they're healthy and getting enough to drink.
So what are you looking for exactly? Well, on day 1, you want to see at least 1 wet diaper and 1 or 2 stools that are black and kind of tarry. That's called meconium. By day 3, you're looking for at least 3 wet diapers, and the poop starts changing to a brown, green, or yellow color. Then by day 5, we're aiming for 6 or more heavy wet diapers and at least 3 big, soft yellow poops that look a little seedy. Seeing that progression is just a fantastic sign that everything's working as it should.
Yeah, the colors can be a little surprising at first, but a whole range of yellow, green, and brown is perfectly fine. The most important thing is to know the red flags. If you ever see stool that is white, has blood in it, or is dark black after that first week, that's your cue to call the pediatrician right away.
Okay, let's talk about the 2 things that cause probably the most stress for new parents: sleep and crying. Just understanding what's normal here can make a huge difference for your sanity.
First off, newborns sleep a lot, like up to 17 hours a day. But, and this is a very big but, it is not in one long, restful stretch. It's broken up into these little naps all day and all night because, you guessed it, their tiny tummies need to wake up to eat.
Now this part is non-negotiable. Whenever and wherever your baby sleeps, safety is everything. The rules are super clear and simple. Always put them to sleep on their back, on a firm, flat mattress, in a crib or bassinet that is totally empty. That means no pillows, no blankets, no bumpers, and no toys. Nothing else in there with them.
It is super common for newborns to have their days and nights completely mixed up. Here's a little trick to help sort that out. During the day, open the curtains, have some light, make normal household noise. Then at night, you want to keep things dark, quiet, and honestly, kind of boring. And remember, during the day, you actually want to wake them up for feeds at least every 3 hours to make sure they're getting enough calories.
And what about all the crying? I know, it's so hard to listen to. But please, try to reframe it in your mind. Crying isn't just crying. It's communication. It's the only way they have to say, hey, I need something over here. And usually it's one of the basics. They're hungry, they need a diaper change, they're overtired, or maybe they're just a little too hot or too cold.
All right, for our last section, let's cover a few other really important things for that first week. We're talking weight, basic hygiene, and of course, the power of a good hug.
So you're going to have your first pediatrician visit pretty soon after coming home. And you might hear some news that sounds a little scary, that your baby has lost weight. It's really common for newborns to lose about 7% of their birth weight in those first few days.
But before you panic, please hear me. This is completely normal. It's just part of them adjusting to life on the outside. They should be back up to their birth weight by the time they're about 10 to 14 days old. So take a deep breath. It's expected.
Now, that little umbilical cord stump can look a little intimidating, right? But the care for it is so simple. You ready? Just leave it alone. The whole goal is just to keep it clean and dry. Fold the top of their diaper down so it gets some air. It will dry up and fall off all by itself, usually in a week or two. And here's some more good news. You do not need to bathe your baby every day. Until that little cord stump falls off, just stick to simple sponge baths. And even after that, 2 or 3 baths a week is more than enough. Just use warm water and a really gentle, scent-free soak to protect their super delicate skin.
Look, this first week is a marathon. It is not a sprint. You are learning an entirely new person, your baby is learning the world, and you are both recovering from birth. It is absolutely okay for it to feel hard, because it is.
And I want to leave you with this incredibly powerful piece of advice. For those moments when you are feeling completely touched out and overwhelmed, remember this: a crying baby is an alive baby. It is okay to put them down in their safe sleep space, walk into the other room for a few minutes, and just take a deep breath. You have to take care of you too.
Because at the end of the day, this first week isn't about having a perfect schedule or doing everything by the book. It's about learning your baby and letting your baby learn you. It's about survival, and it's about bonding. You don't need to be a perfect parent. You just need to be a present one. You really, truly have got this.
Parenting is a journey, and you're doing wonderfully. If these tips helped you feel more confident, please like the video, subscribe to Tiny Humans 101, and share it with other new parents.